our listeners. We found out that in Victoria, our reception is great, and we have a huge following here in Surrey as well. We go all the way out to Hope, up to Squamish, up to Whistler, and down to Everett. So we have this huge coverage.
What do you say now?
Yeah, say about the Americans. Yeah, absolutely.
So for us today, I want to hear from you. What are some of the great announcements you have made today?
Oh, thanks, Ginny. Yeah, I'm pretty energized. We just came out of a weekend convention with the NDP family getting together. And it's always a great opportunity to see people we haven't seen for a long time. But the focus of everybody's attention is really what we were discussing today, actually, is how do we grow our economy? How do we ensure we're paying for the services that people need? How do we address the fiscal constraints the province is under and try to support families with affordability at the same time? And it's all about creating jobs and opportunity by leaning into our strengths here in the province. So this morning I started with a First Minister's meeting with the Prime Minister and with all the premiers across Canada.
Oh, that's why you ditched us.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was the PM,
Yeah.
So that's the only person, and my mom. Those are the two.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, the discussion was about the federal budget, and certainly it's a budget I support as Premier of BC. It's a budget that rewards and supports those provinces and territories that are stepping up and creating opportunity and growth in the country, and I hope it passes. But we also talked about major projects and how we're going to get them delivered and how we're going to grow the economy as a country. And to the Prime Minister, I said it's just so important when you're choosing these projects that you assess which projects are actually going to get built, which ones will deliver a lot of private sector capital, that money from private investors that are going to create jobs so that taxes are paid so then we can pay for the public services that people need. And when you put that lens on it, it's not a surprise to me that BC has so many of the major projects. There are 6 now that have been identified in our province. And then after that, Ginny, I know you want to come in. I just tell you, we also announced our industrial plan as well. This is the plan about how we're going to deliver on defense investments from the federal government, on our major projects, on life sciences and tech and other key sectors, and how we're going to support the timber industry in the province going forward. And it's an ambitious plan. $200 billion of investments over 10 years is our target. But it's an achievable plan, and it's a testament to the people of BC that is achievable, because if we can achieve that, it will ensure prosperity for some generations to come.
Well, first of all, Premier, congratulations on getting 82.3% of the vote at the convention. And secondly, I want to say that your daughter's introduction had me in tears. I've watched it quite a few times out there. It's being circulated. So the tears certainly came to my eyes, and I know you're one of my role models. I talk to people about somebody who's in politics and manages to balance personal life and make sure your children and your family get the time they need.
Ginny, can I make a confession?
Yes.
In my speech, I forgot to say thank you to my wife.
I noticed that.
Possible. And so every opportunity now I get to come on the radio or anywhere else, I want to say thank you, Kaylee. You're the best. You make it all possible.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had quite a few of the ministers on today, and we are very, very excited about the plans you have. But I want to say your advocacy for British Columbia at the federal level is exemplary. I've sat in Ottawa. And I've seen how when you're in Ottawa, it's very easy to ignore the West Coast. But it's your advocacy that has managed to get the projects approved. Now, how fast do you think we'll be able to move on those projects? Because that's the question people ask. I
want to add something as well. You had some issues with that we are being ignored, our lumber industry is being ignored. Did you discuss that today or previously with the Prime Minister? Because this is your 3rd or 4th meeting with him, I think.
Yes. Yeah, we did discuss it today. And one of the things that surprises a lot of people who aren't directly involved in the industry is that the softwood lumber industry in Canada is bigger than auto parts. It's bigger than steel and aluminum combined in terms of GDP, number of people working in the sector. So this is a huge deal for the whole country. A lot of the premiers on the call are very interested about it. It did come up. The Prime Minister assured us that his team is finalizing the details on a package of support for the softwood industry. and we should expect to hear that in the coming weeks, which is very positive because I know that there are a lot of families that are in fear right now, a lot of companies that are on the edge, and it's just crucially important. For the major projects, some of them are very fast. So Highland Valley Copper, which we just announced a couple months ago, they're already hiring some of those 800 jobs that they're hiring for to begin construction right away. Some projects are some years away. North Coast Transmission Line won't be fully into service until the early 2030s. But all of these things are in parallel and rolling out so that we're able to show the path forward and demonstrate to British Columbians and to everybody that we're going to be the economic engine of this country going forward. They're called major projects because they are multi-year investments, and even the construction jobs alone are huge.
Mr. Carney had to apologize for what Mr. Doug Ford did, advertisement I'm talking about, and you are also in a mood to do the same thing, but now is it on hold? Did you discuss with the Prime Minister that are we okay to do that, or still it's not the right time?
Yeah, I think, Dr. Romano, I really felt quite alone in the advocacy on softwood there for a while. And it really was getting to the point where BC, in my opinion, was going to have to fight this thing out by ourselves. We announced that we were going to do the advertising and these other pushes, and we had some outreach from the federal government, and we sat down and they said, can we coordinate together to support softwood? I said, yes, I mean, that's absolutely what I want, and I voluntarily offered that we would not proceed with the advertising. They were quite anxious about it. There were people in industry who were anxious about it with the retaliation we'd seen from the president. In my opinion, though, when you have a bully, you got to stand up to a bully. You got to push back really hard, but we have agreed, and I have happily done so, that we're going to work in lockstep with the federal government on this, and looking forward to see their supports for industry soon.
Premier, I know your time is very valuable, and I got the signal from your staff that you do have to go to your next appointment.
Pulling me off to yes, that's right.
But we certainly look forward to having you in the studio for an in-person, in-depth interview. I think there are major challenges ahead, major challenges we're in the middle of. Yes. And I think that that kind of an in-depth conversation goes a long way, because I find the more people listen and learn and know that there is a plan, things are happening,
yes,
the more confidence people have in coming out of what I call Trumpian world.
Yeah, absolutely, Ginny. And let me just say, I know the extortion issue is front of mind for so many people south of the Fraser, and it's a huge priority for government. The RCMP has surged resources into the region. They've acknowledged that they were on their back foot initially, but they have expressed that they're feeling very much on their front foot right now. We're pressing them hard and assuring them that they will have all of the resources that they need to be able to do the job well. And we're also strongly encouraging the federal government to maintain that CBSA support at the table, and we've seen that. They've increased the number of CBSA officers working on this because of the connection to people who are temporarily in the country and the need for deportations. So we're going to keep pressing hard on this. I know it's a huge priority. I just didn't want it to go by without being mentioned during our interview. So thanks very much for having me.
It was a big thing for us to come here to do this program, and
yes,
on behalf of Mr. Tacey and the whole management and youngsters who are helping us, we want to thank you. I want to thank the government to invite us here. You want to say anything about South Asian media and
absolutely,
the issues we cover and the questions we ask?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm thrilled to have you guys here in Victoria. I think that I was at the Webster Awards, the Media Awards, and they do increasingly reflect the diversity of the province in terms of our media. And if there's one thing that I've seen is that while traditional media are facing various challenges, there's continually growth in South Asian media in this province. And that growth comes with an increased responsibility, which I find South Asian media outlets are fulfilling the obligation to get good information out to the community so people can make up their own minds. Some of your questions I find difficult and mildly frustrating, but I should, because holding power to account is what media is for. And I want to encourage you to continue to do that work. So it's great to see you. Keep it up.